Well, good day, folks. Welcome to Tuesday. And being that it's Tuesday, we're going to jump on the open tag offered to us by Tom over at Knife Delights, 2 for Tuesday, where you'd pick two random knives or maybe two similar knives and show them off. Maybe you compare them, maybe you don't. Just have a look at them. Tom did a great one today on two buck knives that I wasn't familiar with. There are two folders, kind of similar to the 110, 112, only smaller in size. So I thought that was kind of neat. So if you like buck knives, definitely go check that out, or just go check Tom's channel out anyways. He's got some great content. He's got just about every buck knife going. He's got a lot of very old traditional knives, a lot of fixed blades, folders, slip joints, and he does some really, really good knife repair videos. So if you've got an old knife you want to fix up or refurbish, he's got the content that'll show you how to do that. So for today, we're going to look at two knives that are manufactured by two different companies, but are very similar in their design. The first one is going to be from Rough Ryder, and it is going to be the Rough Ryder Large Bow Trapper, and that will be model number RR2455. The second one we're going to look at is from Rosecraft Blades, and that is the Riverbend Skinner. And that is going to be model number RCT008. Now, Rosecraft does have a smaller version of the Riverbend Skinner, but this is a full-size version. So as you can see, both are extremely similar in their design. Specification-wise, and these are from the spec sheets on the sites, the Rough Ryder's overall length is 7.25 inches. For the Rosecraft, it is 7.9 inches. Closed length on the Rough Ryder is 4.125 inches, and on the Rosecraft is 4.5 inches. Blade length on the Rough Ryder is 3.12 inches and 3.4 inches on the Rosecraft. The blade steel for the Rough Ryder is stainless steel, and for the Rosecraft, it is D2 steel. And both come with micarta handles. And as you can obviously see, the Rough Ryder, this particular version, has red micarta, and the Rosecraft has black micarta. Both are actually, despite the size difference, are very, very similar in weight. Now, if you look at the Rosecraft, even though it appears to be the smaller of the two, it is actually thicker. And part of that will be attributed to a thicker backspring. And the Rosecraft has brass liners, as what I assume is a D10 underliner, the black, and then the red micarta handles. And on the Rosecraft, you have what is probably a steel liner, and then the black micarta handles. And the micarta actually looks to be thicker on the Rosecraft than it does, thicker on the Rough Ryder than it does on the Rosecraft. Both have ribboned or threaded bolsters. Both are bare heads with a lanyard tube. The Rough Ryder appears to have brass pins, and I'm going to guess either steel or nickel silver pins on the Rosecraft. So we see here, there's a significant length difference in the two. But generally, there's not a whole lot different in the specs other than size and, of course, the materials as far as the steel and whatnot. Both come with a half stop. Both have a reasonably strong pull, modest to strong pull. I don't get into the 1 through 10 because I find that's probably very subjective. And when someone tells me a knife has a pull of 5, well, I don't really know what that means until they hand me that knife and I pull it myself. So I go with a light pull to a moderate pull to a strong pull. And these are moderate to strong in the pull. Both have a good snap on the open. Both come with a nail nick. Your Rough Ryder is a match strike nail nick. Here we see Rosecraft blades, D2 steel, and your model number. And here you have Rough Ryder, your model number, made in China. The Rosecraft is also made in China, but instead of stamping or laser etching it on the blade, they just put a sticker right here on the blade that peels off. Now you notice a bit of tarnish on this one. I had it in a leather slip and the slip got wet and it tarnished the bolsters and a bit of the blade. And it hasn't polished out yet, but I'll keep working on it, but it doesn't affect the function of the knife. Both have an upswept style blade. Both have a sharpening choil. Both have a flat grind. The Rosecraft edge grind is pretty consistent on that side. Maybe a little bit heavy to the belly right here on this side. Your Rosecraft has a very even grind on it. Both are very comfortable in the handle, in the hand. The pins are well recessed. There's no stepping to the bolster. The shield is well recessed. Same with the Rosecraft. Everything is inset well. No stepping. Back springs on both are well done with no gapping. Very, very similar knives. Both feel really good in the hand. I don't know if that's would that be a saddle horn or a recurve? I don't know. But I like that style of handle. It gives you good purchase in your hand, good retention. And it is very comfortable. I get a full 4-finger grip with the Rosecraft. And I get beyond a full 4-finger grip with the Rosecraft. I can just call that the Rosecraft. That's a Rough Ryder. But both are very comfortable in the hand. Good spring retention with the Rosecraft. And even better spring retention with the Rough Ryder. Nice snap on the close. It's almost a pop on the close with the Rosecraft. I find a lot of their knives when I see them reviewed, they have that pop on the close. Sharpness. Y'all ready to see me try and cut paper on the screen again? I'll try and do a better job this time. Your Rosecraft. Yeah, there we go. Very sharp. And holds an edge really well. I've had this one for some time. It holds that edge for a good long time. And your Rough Ryder, again, very sharp. Do I have a preference? You know what? Not really. I like them both. Both feel good in the hand. Great little steak knives. The Rough Ryder is almost a better fit, just because I have medium-sized hands. I mean, both feel great. No discomfort with either. I put the lanyard on the end of the Rosecraft just because I was bored and wanted to put a lanyard on it. But a lanyard like that, a short lanyard with a good knot or bead, can actually give you a little bit more retention. Something to grab if it slips. You've got a larger hand. You need to choke back. You got a little something else there just to anchor yourself on. But two very similar knives, and I think both great knives. You know, it comes down to your steel preference. You know, you've got your D2 tool steel with your Rosecraft, but other than that, not in my opinion a huge difference. Now, Andy Armstrong, who designed this blade for Rosecraft, used to work for Rough Ryder. I believe he was a designer on their Rough Ryder Reserve series, so maybe this was an early influence by Andy that he carried over to his own company. Who knows? Or maybe that's just a traditional knife design that lots of companies do. I just haven't seen another one outside of these two. Both very nice knives. Depending on your color preference, might determine which you find more appealing. Or your steel preference, I guess. Anyway, folks, we're going to leave it there for our 2 for Tuesday with the Rough Ryder Large Bow Trapper and the Rosecraft Riverbend Skinner. Two really great knives. I like carrying them both. And they're a good knife to get you through your day. Anyways, I hope your Tuesday was a great day, and I hope the rest of your week goes by smoothly so you can dive into the weekend and have some fun. Y'all take care.